Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our game of Fallout on Tales and Myth and Mayhem. My name's Michelle, I'm running the game. These are our players. We've got Vincent, we've got Thea, we've got Tim, and we've got Catherine. But their names are showing up as other people because they're playing other characters. So, hey, say hello, other characters.
Hello, other characters.
Wonderful. So, to bring us into where we are now, our troop, our group, our gang have made their way into central Boston in the Commonwealth wasteland. And you can see in the map in front of you, and players, you should be able to see on the map in Roll20. That should be there and visible. If it isn't, I can make it visible.
I am seeing it, so not a problem.
Good.
Wonderful. Okay, so players, you are situated roughly around here, just to the southwest of the South Boston Police Department, and this whole area of Boston is lots of places that are worthy of exploring, I'm sure, but there are three main settlements. You have Diamond City, right there. You have Good Neighbor, right there. And you have Monofonto Towers, right there. I already explained to you a little bit more detail of what those locations are about in the Discord earlier, but to our players, to our audience, these are the major settlements in the Boston area. Diamond City is the more proper and prim and civilized, quote unquote. Good Neighbor is where people go who are too wild for Diamond City. And Monofonto Towers is where people are too wild and crazy for both Diamond City and Good Neighbor. So essentially there is a sort of triangle of varying levels of lawlessness and debauchery and sin. I like to think of it as a triangle of sin. So now you are aware of the location, let's get back to where our players are. It's around the mid-afternoon, and our troop have just been victorious in a fight to the death against a bunch of super mutants who had kidnapped in total 9 human beings. Our group were able to save 7 of them from death, and for the last hour people have been healing each other, licking their wounds, gathering up their possessions. Jade has treated Freddie's gaping head injury. That is now a treated injury, so Freddie, if you take a hit to the head, you might reopen your wound, but currently you're feeling okay, as one can, with a head injury. And as people have started to catch their breath, a man in a top hat with a very, very, very big moustache and a monocle approaches you and says, "I would like to thank you for saving my hide. You are all very capable, I can see." He then stares at you for way too long. An unnatural pause in the conversation. Then he looks up as if he's distracted by something. Then looks down again and says, "I have a task for you, willing adventurers, if you are interested. There will be caps."
Yeah, that's more.
Mm-hmm.
Monty's
still in the towers?
Oh, I see you're familiar with where I come from. Yes, Monty is still working at Clickity Clacks and doing his thing. However, well, things at Monofonto Towers have become a bit strained lately. And I would ask you to assist me in making my way back to Monofonto Towers, and I will pay you a grand fee of 50 caps for doing so. He jingles and jangles his pocket to show that he does have at least 50 caps.
$50 and maybe some of your product. for free.
Well, you see, I don't know if I can do that. As I say, you should never ever use your own supply. And all I have is my supply and my customer's supply. So I can't give you my supply. But I could maybe give you my customer's supply. But then I can't sell my customer's supply. You see the predicament. How about instead I pay you...
But you see that you are not dead.
Very astute of you.
Make more supplies. If you were dead, you wouldn't have to be able the chance to make more money.
All right. This is a persuasion, a speech, charisma check, as you've already rolled. The difficulty was 3 because you're trying to talk a drug dealer out of things, out of his supply, and you didn't get any successes.
Oh, I get rerolls.
Okay, yeah, go for it. Do all your rerolls.
And probably not enough. Nope, failed again.
He says, I see you're very astute.
I'm off I'm really got a headache. What did I just say?
I tell you what, because I like you, I will give you more caps. And he digs into his pocket and pulls out all of his caps and counts for a little too long. Then he says, I will pay you 63 caps. What do you say?
Why not? We're headed that way anyway, right, guys? And I need to go see Monty anyway. It would be good to find out
you're
some
the
local ideas.
negotiator.
Yeah, and I'm not doing too well.
Well, it seems like it's on the way for us, so...
Yeah, that's what I figured. We could make a few caps on the way. I want to talk to Monty, maybe get some... He's good for making some stuff, too.
Okay. As long as we stay as far away from Good Neighbor as possible.
What's happened in Good Neighbor?
Well...
Look, we'll happily avoid it, but we need to know the nature of what it is we're avoiding and why. Because otherwise we might just blunder into something else that's connected to it.
This is a very, very delicate time. We have synths. Synths have taken all of our robots, and they have started to occupy various places around. As a peddling dealer of chems, it has become very, very dangerous to make my living. I was out desperately trying to find some repeat, very loyal customers, and I found them all dead. Instead, I found synths, ripping apart their homes. I was wandering around, and these brutes, these beasts, and he kicks one of the corpses of the super mutants, captured me, along with all of these other fine people. But as a backdrop to all of these troubles, there is the new and very, very serious and upsetting war with Good Neighbor. At that point, one of the people from the rest of the people you rescued, Rayleigh, steps forward and says, "What are you talking about, Good Neighbor? That's where we're from." Professor Doctor, that's the character's name, by the way, with the top hat and the monocle and all of that, he just says, "You're from Good Neighbor?" She says, "Well, yeah, but we're running away from Good Neighbor because of this fucking war and these fucking synths and everything. We're going south." Professor Doctor jumps behind Jade and hides and just says, "Synths! These people are synths! They're synths! Synths have taken over Good Neighbor. They killed the leader of Monofonto Towers, and they are here to take our souls. It's important that you kill these fucking people right now."
Jade, you just treated them. Are they synths?
That depends on what the overseer tells me, but I assume not.
Synths are very hard to detect. There are basically... Yeah, you would all know this. You've all had your experiences with synths. Carl, maybe not, I don't know, but I'm going to say he does, just because it's easier. There's basically 3 generations of synth. There's the first generation synths, which look like robots. They are robots. They're made out of metal, and they look like they're falling apart. They look like shit, basically. First generation synths look like shit. Second generation synths look a little better. Not that much. They actually kind of look human, but again, still, you can see inside they are mechanical in nature. Generation 3 synths are almost indistinguishable from humans. They are made of meat, they are made of bone, blood, all of that stuff. Sometimes, some people could maybe tell if they had a microscope and they could look at the DNA, but for most people in the wasteland, they are indistinguishable from human beings. So yes, these people could be Generation 3 synths.
The same could he.
What do you mean? I am not a synth. I am all flesh and blood.
But what if you were programmed to believe you were flesh and blood?
Professor Doctor just steps away from Jade for a second, then looks up at the sky, looks up at the ground, looks at his hands, and just goes, "Ah! Ah! Ah! Ah!" And he collapses to the ground. He pulls out a jet from his pocket and he sucks on it. Oh. What's your name? Talkie man?
Freddie.
Never ever fuck with another man's reality. The woman who has just been stood there and has recently just been accused of being a synth is just in absolute shock of everything. Just says, okay, I don't know what his deal is, but if we were synths, why would we be running away from Good Neighbor? Like, we're literally going south. We are getting the fuck out of Boston. If we were synths, why would we be doing that instead of, running the place? And also, Good Neighbor hasn't been taken over by synths. Professor Doctor just says, well, why did you kill Monderosa? Why'd you kill him? Rayleigh just says, I wasn't there for that. I was there. We weren't there. I don't know what the fuck's going on. I don't know what John Hancock's talking about. And at this point, they get into a screaming rage in front of you, saying lots of names and terms you aren't that familiar with. You may have heard, may be familiar with some things a little bit, but mostly it's just incomprehensible to you. What would you like to do?
Where's Roman when you need him? I just ask them to bang their heads together. Oh, man. If you guys keep talking so loud, you're going to attract other people. Shut up.
You know what? That's enough. That's a very good point. That's enough to just snap them both out of it and say... And Professor Doctor says, look, we should leave these fucking people. Regardless, their story sounds legitimate in a way, but then so do synth stories in general. Let us ride to Monofonto Towers. And Reddy says, well, that's fine by me. That's fine by us. Thanks for the assist. Thanks for saving our lives. But we're going south. We're going to go and hit the capital wasteland. I'm so fucking done with this Commonwealth shit.
Recommend not going near Quincy. Yep.
What do you mean not going near Quincy?
Just avoid Quincy.
But that's the way south. That's the only way down south. Unless we go around the glowing sea, which one should do.
That. Okay, don't do that. Don't go through Quincy.
Yeah,
Quincy was the gunners.
Yep.
Supposedly gunners that were paid off by the Institute and their synths. So you want to avoid Quincy.
Oh God. Oh God, I don't know where the fuck we're gonna go.
Head west. Maybe Vegas.
We can't head west from here. All the bridges are destroyed.
Someone built the bridges in the first place.
Yeah, like people pre-war. You know where you are, right? You know we're in Boston, right? You know what this is. Oh, and then she spots the vault suit and says, oh, honey, oh, darling, I'm sorry. I didn't know. Ah, you see, okay. you may not know anything. So this is Boston, and these are all buildings, right? And there was a big war and explosions, like hundreds of years ago. And she continues to condescend to you like that, Augusta, because she saw the. Yeah.
You hear Freddie's laser pistol charging as he flips a switch. Just.
Really just says, all right, message received. We'll be on our way. Fine. Thanks for the assist. We'll figure it out. Bye. She runs over, grabs the other 6 members of her family, including her brother, who was just arguing with her about everything, and they wander away, leaving just you and Professor Doctor. He just says, well, shall we?
We're only doing this because it's on our way. I'm not taking in any of this stuff about Synths taking over the world.
Yeah, we got our own problems.
That's fair enough. That's absolutely fine. Whatever it takes. Okay, let's go. So I just need to do a thing. Boo, boo, boo. So you are wondering... me when
an overseer does a thing.
Yep, the overseer usually has to do things.
For some reason, I don't trust him.
Yeah, I think he's been around the boiling chemicals for too long.
That could just be it. But again, we have a situation too.
Well, we have enough jobs to do, but I mean, like Carl said, it's on our way, I suppose.
We really should avoid people.
That's good overall, to be honest.
People are great.
I'm going over to the general, my companion.
Okay.
This new fella in the top hat, keep an eye on him as we make our way. I'm not sure he's entirely on the level.
At this point, General Isaacs has had her hand in her pocket, and there is when you look, you can easily see that she is holding a pistol in her pocket that is pointed at Professor Doctor's back, and just says, "Way ahead of you, man. Way ahead of you."
That's what I like to see. Forward thinking.
So you wander up the road, you follow it round, you find yourself in a lot of wandering various old streets and back alleys of what used to be Boston, but is now mostly rubble. And eventually you approach the Monofonto Towers. Now, Freddie is going to be the most familiar with this area, I'd imagine. This Monofonto Towers used to be 3 massive tenement blocks full of what in the UK we call flats, what Americans would call apartments, of varying size, all of relatively low quality. Post-war, this area has continued to mostly function as that. However, this has become a settlement that has a reputation for being a little wild. There is a saying around Monofonto Towers: it ain't illegal if there ain't no laws. There is only one rule, in that if somebody steps up to you and you kill them, that's the end of the matter. So you approach these big gates. There are maybe 10 people along a wall of old destroyed cars, each holding a laser rifle or a hunting rifle. And as you approach, every single gun is pointed at your group. Professor Doctor steps forward and says, "'Tis I, Professor Doctor, the Professor of Doctoring. I have returned." The man at the top of the gate says, "Who?" Professor Doctor looks up and says, "Oh, go fuck yourself, Jimmy. All right, let me in." And the guy says, "Well, yeah, I could let you in, but who the fuck are these people?" Professor Doctor just says,
I'm here to see Monty. Is he still here?
Yeah, Monty's still here. All
Do
right.
some trading if we got something to sell or buy. We got some items you guys might be interested in. As he tosses a grenade up in the air and catches it.
All right. Just let me make a couple of calls. I'll be back. Watch them. The man disappears. He's gone for about 2 minutes. He comes back and says, Freddie?
Yes.
All right. Monty vouches for you. With Professor Doctor. You're all okay. But one wrong move, you don't leave here. You understand?
Isn't that everywhere?
All right, smart ass, get in. The gate opens, and in front of you, you see a big courtyard. Freddie, this would usually be packed full of traders of various disciplines, of various different kinds of items. Everything you could imagine could usually be bought or traded for here. That is not the case this time. As you walk in and the gate closes behind you, you notice that this place is now full of people who are arming up. There are crates and crates of weapons now empty. There are some people to the right who are doing target practice. There are some people to the left doing some exercises, being led by people. Occasionally you'll hear somebody say, "Where the fuck's Betsy?" Occasionally you'll hear someone say, "Oh, this is amazing. They never let me touch the guns like this before." And then Freddie, you spot a super mutant who you are very familiar with. He spots you, walks over and says, "Oh, Freddie, how's it going?" This is Zed, by the way. Zed from the Gunrunners.
Okay. Yep, I was figuring he's the super mutant on the list. Hey, Zed, what you doing?
You picked a really weird fucking time to just show up out of nowhere like you do. We gone to war.
Yeah, and I brought some. Well, I'm here to buy and sell then.
Well, all right.
Who you going to war with? We've been hearing some stories as we came north. This Professor, Doctor, Professor, you know, the one with the top hat over there. As he's pointing as he walks away, I'm assuming.
At this point, Professor,
sure we get our money, Professor. Our money. Deal's a deal.
Professor Doctor was sneaking away. You've caught him. He turns around and says, "Oh, I always honour a deal. Of course I do. Here, 1 cap, 2 caps, 3 caps, 4 caps, 5 caps, 6 caps, 7 caps, 8 caps."
Count them by tens, please.
All right, you're a man in a hurry. Okay, fine. He empties all the caps in your hand. There are 63 caps you've now received. He then does a bow. "I thank you. If you require any chemicals of any kind, come see me at the Up One Hotel. Ta-ra!" And he walks away and starts immediately dealing to the nearest person. He is very good at his job. Zed just turns around and says, "What the fuck are you doing with Professor Doctor? He's fucking crazy."
Found him on the road being about to be eaten by some super mutants, and the super mutants decided to, fight us.
Sounds about right. God, what is it with the super mutants on this side, on this coast? They're all fucking cannibals and weirdos.
Oh, some of them are okay.
I got some good friends who are reasonably well behaved for wastelanders.
Yeah, I see that. He looks at Jade and says, "Ah, you're from Capital Wasteland, aren't you?"
Yeah. And Jade will have been just a little in the background, just smiling while Fred is talking.
"Well, pleased to meet you. My name's Zed. I come from California originally. Not that the accent matches up. I don't really know where the accent came from. I guess it was whoever I was before. I got dipped, you know what I mean? Oh, yeah. Anyway, yeah, always a pleasure to meet a fellow mutant. I'm guessing you weren't. Yeah, you definitely weren't in Master's Army back in the day, were you? No, you're East Coast.
I am from. I've forgotten the number now. Walt.
Oh, I've got that down somewhere.
7? I think 87 or 89, because it was a number right next to 88.
Yeah, 87. That's the one.
87.
Oh, you remember really where you're from, don't you? All right.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I'm sorry. I got shit to do. I got to get more bullets down here. Freddie, come see me in the shop later. We'll do a deal, yeah?
Yeah, I'm also looking for some mods and a couple laser rifles to sell you if you need some. A few ammo too.
This mate, we'll buy a premium, mate. Like, basically, this is the best time to be a gun runner. You know what I mean? With everyone around here going to war.
Always a good time to buy and sell too. And we just happened to pick up an Fat Boy off of the Super Mutants we just had, and don't know if you got anything for that too.
You know, we'll definitely do a deal for that, mate. Yeah, definitely do a deal for that. Like, you don't usually. Where do you get across all these guns? You usually don't sell guns. You usually at the most buying bullets. You never really. You're not a big gun person.
Just happened to be what I scavenged and found on the way here.
Oh, that's fair enough.
We found a place that had an old little place that hadn't been touched much. A lot of raider bodies in it. We managed to recover quite a bit.
Well, it'll be nice to trade with you for something that ain't fucking carrots. Last time you came into town, we'll never need carrots ever again. But look, I gotta go. I gotta get more bullets down here. Look, come to my shop later. I'll see you in a bit. All right?
Yeah, not a problem. We gotta find a place to stay, and I want to go see Monty. So, how stable's he been?
Oh, you know, Monty's Monty. You know, he creeps me out.
Yeah,
but you know, he's good with his.
He creeps everybody out.
But his kids are all right, and you know, they don't steal from me anymore, so that's something.
Well, he must like you then.
Well, either that or he's scared of me. Anyway.
Either way it works, you're not being stole from.
yeah, mate. Yeah, I know what you mean. All right.
Oh, his kids are just crazy, man. How fast they can pick you clean. They're like piranha. They just... Next thing you know, you're standing there naked.
Yeah, you lot better all watch your pockets. I didn't catch your name there, friend. Looking at Jade.
Oh, excuse me. Let me introduce them. This is Zeb. He's a local super mutant I've done some business with. This is Jade, Carl, and Augusta. And Michael J. And blah, he'll go through the rest of the minions.
I'm never going to remember your names, mate. There's too many of you. But Jade, it's a pleasure to meet you. You want to go for a drink later? You'll find me on the 4th floor. All right. Just look for the sign Gun Runners. You can't miss it. It's a place with all the turrets. Freddie, see you in a bit. And he wanders away. And as he does, he walks past a sign that you should now be able to see. This is, if you look on Roll20 and the audience can see on the right of the screen, this is the main building of Monofonto Towers. In the center there is the elevator that goes up and down. Freddie, you're familiar with like this sign. Usually it says little thing like the blank places are usually where people live. You know, residential areas. On the 1st floor you got the Up One Hotel. On the 4th floor you got the Gun Runners. On the 5th floor you got Monty's shop, Clickity Clacks. And on the 7th floor you've got 7th Hell, the bar. As you remember it, the bar is run by a chap called Monderosa Jones. And he's also the leader of this of the Monofonto Towers. You can see on the sign, which is a new addition for you, Freddie, on the right, Nick Valentine's temporary office. That has been added in with red paint fairly recently.
Do I know who Nick Valentine is?
I don't think any of you
Recognize
necessarily
him?
know who Nick Valentine is. Unless you happen to have played the video game Fallout 4. But I would say, if people haven't got this already, this is a very, very heavily modified setting from Fallout 4. I like to think of it as a remix. Some characters don't exist, some characters do, some characters are older, some characters are younger. I've just mixed things up, I've just mixed shit up and made it my own. So yeah. So if you know who Nick Valentine is from the video games, don't think you know this Nick Valentine. So yeah, where would you like to go? You're in the courtyard. You're surrounded by people who are variously arming up and preparing for a battle or a war. It would have seemed like, and you've got this building in front of you. So what would you like to do?
Couple questions. First, is there a stable?
Not especially. Usually, you would dump your Tumu with Monty in Clickity Clacks.
So it can be left. That was my follow-up question. Is there somewhere I could leave? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
So that works.
Yeah, you usually leave Tumu with Monty and Clickety Clacks as you go about your business inside the towers.
Which is fine. He just wanted to make sure Tumu could fit on the elevator.
Yeah, there is a post that people have and do tie their Brahmin to. However, it's kind of a thing that you know very well. That is a rookie move at Monofonto Towers. Those posts are there almost expressly for people to tie their Brahmin up to, so people could steal from them. That's kind of why they're there. You, of course, are very streetwise and know differently. You know to leave Tumu with Monty at Clickety Clacks. So, yeah. What floor, what area would you like to go to?
Clickety Clacks, because I want to drop off the ramen.
All right. You walk into the elevator. You can see that this is human powered. There are people underneath and people all the way up to the top probably that are pulling and letting go of the elevator. So you walk in, you say clickety clacks, and you can hear grunting as a whole bunch of people lift your entire group and the elevator up. This must be lifted up by like 50 people or something. It's very, very silly. And so you arrive at the level of Clickety Clacks, and as you walk out, you see there's a long hallway, and on either side there are various doorways that lead into flats or apartments that have people living in them. And right at the end of the hall, you see the big flashy sign Clickety Clacks. And as you walk in, the very familiar sight to you, Freddie, of Monty's shop. It is packed from top to bottom with shelves that are full of every kind of junk you can possibly imagine. There is the occasional useful looking item here, but it is outnumbered maybe 50 to 1 by useless shit. And as you enter the living room area, you see Monty. To most of you, he looks pretty nondescript wastelander. If anything, his clothes are more ragged. And as you walk in, he is whispering to a child. And if you strain your neck, you can just hear him say, "All right, okay, all right. Tell you what, you cut off 2 from the right hand, leave his left hand, and tell him, make it obvious that you're going to do the other hand too if he doesn't play ball. You know what I mean? Yeah, all right, good, all right. Thanks, kid." And the kid runs away, and he just looks up and says, "Freddie! Ah, Freddie. How are you
How you
doing?
Monty? Pretty good. Brought some friends into town, and we wanted to check the places out. Yours was our first stop, as always, though I did run into Zeb downstairs training. Hoping you got a place for me to unload Tumu, and we can maybe do some business.
Well, you know how this works. Put Tumu up in the bathroom and let's do some business, friend. Let's have a look what you got for me today."
first thing is keep the kids away, and we'll be fine. I trust you, but I don't trust you with the kids. I mean, that came out wrong. I don't trust the kids. You know what I mean. Don't let them steal my shit.
Oh, nobody trusts me with the kids. But the kids are the only people I treat right.
I'll keep that in mind as we negotiate. So anything useful you find lately or get delivered? Anything you think special?
Well, let me share with you.
See anything?
Let me share with
Okay,
you.
you got some.
Let me share with you the. If I can find it.
Anybody else can speak up. Don't let this be Freddie doing a shopping spree and bartering special. So.
Oh, come on.
I'm just going to share with you the inventory of Clickity Clacks with the group. I just need to.
For some weird reason, I want new dice. I don't understand why.
You're addicted?
Yeah.
TR, Vincent, and we got Fear. Alright, so I've invited you all to have a look at the Clickety Clacks General Goods Store. I've got a link that I'll also share in the Discord now, so you can just open it straight from there. And we can do this one of two ways. We can either sort this out and go through this, and if you want to buy and sell stuff, we can do it during the week, or we could take a 10-minute break from the stream and sort that shit out now. That's entirely up to you.
We'll sort this shit out over the week. I'm not in any rush. That's what he's here to do, and I don't want to, have us bartering for a whole episode, so.
Yeah, that makes sense. So, you deal with your business, and Monty just says, I've got to say, it's wonderful to deal with you again. Everyone around here has gone crazy ever since Monderosa died.
How did that happen?
Well, you see, he's still smiling. He's always smiling, no matter how horrible the conversation topic is. This is one of the many reasons why people find him very uncomfortable as a person. Well, it all started when the robots left. Suddenly, all of our robots just vanished. Walked off, run away, wheeled away, whatever it was.
Oh, we've seen a couple robots running or moving northward here.
Yes. People are saying that the Synths have done something to all the robots and sent them all north for some nefarious reason, and I don't understand why. However, what happened after that was even worse. The Synths came and started to take over various places in and around Boston. And then the people of Goodneighbor started to destroy all the bridges out of town.
That would be a way to keep people from leaving.
Or arriving.
That's what people were saying. But Monderosa and John Hancock at Goodneighbor were developing something of a partnership. They were thinking of bringing back the provincial Commonwealth government between them. Yeah. So obviously, suddenly Goodneighbor destroying all the bridges, that was suspicious. So Monderosa and a few people went over to see what was going on, and they killed him.
Yeah, there seems to be a big move. They're doing something. They were down further south, too, as we were coming up north. Well, and gunners trying to get involved in stuff in Quincy under their orders, I guess.
At this point, we're pretty sure that they've taken over Goodneighbor. They've definitely taken over Diamond City. No one's been able to get into Diamond City for weeks. It's all going to shit. I'm thoroughly depressed.
Now, this is sort of the overseer question. Does Synths still need to eat and digest food, etc., as hormone? Probably not, but they would still have to have it for...
Not really. Generation 1 and 2, they don't even need to pretend to eat because they are robots and they very obviously look synthetic. When it comes to the more flesh and blood ones, not really. They don't need to eat or drink. They do and can, so they blend in, but they don't need to.
But, okay. So it is truly synth flesh and everything else. They don't need the stuff. Okay. All right. Back to, well, that's quite interesting. There's a lot of stuff going down south here. Any clue what they're into? Did they find something lately? A lot of activity for a group that never did anything for the last 200 years much.
Well, I always believed that they were a rumour. A spook story from the last time people tried to make a government of this out of this area. But it turns out they're very real. And they are everywhere out there.
What do you mean the last time somebody tried to make a government, they showed up again? What?
You don't know this. Everyone knows this story. 80 years ago, there was an attempt by the Minutemen to make a provincial Commonwealth government.
I kind of look at our general side-eyed.
General Isaac steps in. Yep, not our proudest day. As I've been told, there were various leaders from all the local settlements came together to start a government, and a synth showed up and killed everyone. And that put the whole idea of a united government of the Commonwealth to bed right there and then. Monty just points to General Isaac and says, "Ah, yes, exactly. Also, what's your name?" She just says, "General Isaacs." And he just says, "Interesting. Would you like to go for a drink with me?" General Isaac says, "No. God, no, never." "Good grief, no, never, no. Why would you ask something like that?" I mean, no, but thank you for the offer. That's very nice of you. Monty just says, "Well, you know, you never know who's going to be. You never know if you're going to be alive or dead within the next minute when we're at war, don't you know? I'll try my best next time." So, Freddie, if there's anything else,
No, Freddie was just digging for rumors, so he might chit chat a little while with them for a while, then move on to. Well, we got to find a place to sleep now, so he'll head over to the inn. Or, excuse me, hotel. Wrong type of game.
So you're going to head to the Up One Hotel.
Yeah. How many rooms? And he's looking at the rest of the party who's been so quiet walking behind him like he knows what he's doing.
The Up One Hotel, and yeah, you'd know this. It doesn't really operate via room. It operates by apartment. So each apartment would have 2 beds in it. And last time you checked, it would cost like 30 caps per apartment. So to bed everyone, there's like 8 of you. Be like 120 caps per night to have everyone have a bed. Not everyone needs to have a bed, of course. You could cram everybody into one flat or one apartment for 30 caps, but so it's entirely up to you. But yeah, so you're heading back to the lift and you're heading to the Up One Hotel. Is that what you're doing?
Yep.
All right. You go into the lift. One of you says, Up One Hotel. Only this time, something's different. It takes a little longer for the lift to start going down. And when it does, it suddenly stops. Give me a perception survival check. DC difficulty 3. Anyone can do this. Oh, damn.
Good work, Jade.
All right, so as the lift goes down, it stops abruptly onto, and all you can see in front of you is darkness all the way down the hallway. Jade, you realize before anybody else, this is an ambush. You're about to get hit. You have maybe a few seconds to act. What would you like to do, Jade?
Jade is just going to say, weapons out, and take his bat up. And Jade have been on the edge since we came into this city. He does not like this at all.
All right. As soon as you say that, and the rest of your group ready their weapons, I assume, you hear gunfire. There is an automatic weapon of some kind firing at you from the darkness. And with that, we're going to take a very, very quick 2-minute break as I set up this next situation. We will be right back, everyone.
Dun dun dun.
All right. Welcome back to what should be a wonderfully finessed and perfect combat encounter. So, as I reveal part of the map, at least. Perfect. All right. So, players, you can see... Oh, I just need to move that up a bit so it appears for everyone. There we go. So, as you can see, there is a dark hallway ahead of you. There is a -1 on all perception-related tasks in this hallway currently, as it is very, very dark. In front of you at the end, you can see a turret that is currently blasting at you. And I'm going to do that because that is the thing that has initiated combat. So I just need to do a roll to see.
Should we do our initiatives for you?
Yes, please. Okay, that is 1 hit. Excellent. Okay, let me do the initiative table. Where is the turn order? There it is. Alright. Jade is 10. Carl's 18. Oh, Jade's already on there. Augusta, Freddie. General Isaacs. Let's add... Oh, we don't need General Isaacs because you just go at the same time as them. Okay. So once this turret is gone, the first person to go will be Carl. But the turret got the jump on you a little bit, so the turret is going to go first for now. Then we'll start the turn order properly. Ba-ba-ba-ba. And and finally, but you don't know what I'm saying finally about, do you? No, you don't. Ha ha ha.
Finally, you're gonna wipe out this band of troublemakers.
Quite possibly. Okay. Good. Up, 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 up. All right. So, Now I need to look up what burst does. All right. So Carl, Freddie, and Miss Nanny are each hit for 7 hit points before deductions for armor and the like, and they are all hit. Boo, 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 boo. Uh, 11. Where is it? Yep, you're all hit on the torso.
Ooh, good. Not a headshot.
How many people did you say?
7 hit points, but that's before any armor deductions and whatevers.
I'm good.
And then we're going to go for normal turn order. So, Carl, it is your go.
All right. First of all, just how much cover do we have here? Or like the elevator doors missing and we have like a little bit of wall to hide behind, or is it just a platform we're standing on with like a rickety railing around us?
There is no cover. There is basically the elevator is a pre-war elevator that has been sort of human powered for a very long time. There is no door, and this is an empty hallway. There is no cover in this hallway. To the right and left, there are doorways, I should say, leading into what you presume to be other apartments. They may provide you cover.
Okay.
So in front of us is one big hallway with 3 more zones.
There are 3 doorways on each side of the hallway.
We're in the elevator, of course, but it's one hallway in front of us. It's just 2.
Yeah, it's a very long hallway, so I've split the hallway into 3 different zones.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
And each hallway zone has got a left doorway and a right doorway leading into other places you cannot see yet.
Okay.
Okay. Just so I have the combat rules clear, can I move and shoot in the same turn?
Yes. Movement is a minor action. Attacking is a major action, and you can always do 1 major or 1 minor action each turn. You can purchase additional actions for action points. Last account I saw that you had 4, but you got a few more action points back from healing. Is that right, Jade? Catherine.
We should be full up on action points. Yes.
Yeah, because you've got 2 extra action points from that, so you are at 6 action points at this point. So you've got a full complement.
I will take a shot with my bow at that turret. See if it does any kind of damage. And let's see here. I have night person, so the darkness in this corridor does not bother me too much. How many difficulty increases are there on the due to the lack of lighting?
This is a... oh crap, that's something I should have written down. Let me double check the rule book. It's dark, but it's not exactly pitch black, because the light from the... there's a light on the turret.
Okay.
One sec. I should have written this down in my notes. I apologise. Let me... Oh yeah, it's a +1 difficulty.
No, it is not for me.
No, it is not for you, but it is for everybody else unless they've got something that combats it, or if they, light a torch or use a flashlight or something if they have something that would mitigate that, basically.
All right, let's roll an attack. One success, and I'm going to use my perk-loaded reroll for that missed die. So a d20 right there. And it's a 1, so that's... Is that a critical success then?
That is a critical success.
A 1 is worth 2.
Yeah, so you've basically got...
That's 3 successes.
You needed 1 to hit, and you've got 2 extras that you can convert into extra damage.
And let's see, we're full up on action points. So do those extra successes translate into extra damage die?
Yes, but one sec. Let me have a look at your bow and see what...
You can use them for that, yes.
All right. So I'm going to use 2 more dice.
Michelle, are you frozen? Because we can't hear you. You're
Hello, I'm here. Can you hear me?
not hearing you.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, now we can.
I put myself on mute. I'm just having a quick look at your bow. Yeah. Oh yeah, you can do. Yeah, you can do long range. So yeah, you definitely hit with no funny business. So yeah, roll your damage and add an extra 2 damage dice on there.
All right. And I'm just going to check here also, since I have a... let's see here. No, that's for sneak attack only. Okay. So that's 9 damage with 1 piercing on whatever armor it has.
All right, that means that you've damaged it for 8.
And then I'm going to move into the first apartment on the right.
Okay, move your token. Oh, that was not what I wanted to do. I want to do the cloud thing. Ah, there we go. As you move in, you see that this is a fairly typical looking apartment. There is furniture and very pre-war furniture and lots of other things. And you spot yeah, as you walk in, you spot another person. This room is lit up. There is a lamp there, so this room is not in the dark. And you see in front of you...
Floor Psycho number 3. Nice.
Yes. Now seeing the flaw with the numbering system I've worked out, but let's move away from that. So in front of you, you see someone, a human person, presumably male, but you're not entirely sure. Topless, scrabby pants, wearing a gas mask, holding a Molotov cocktail in one hand that they have just lit, and a shotgun in the other. And they see you, and he sees you, and he screams, "Ah!" And that's the end of your turn.
That is not ideal.
Next up is someone... Well, let's do this all cinematically and the like. So, from the darkness, you hear a bang. And... Oh, I need to make sure this is set to something. Okay, and... Okay, Augusta. You hear a bang and you feel an impact into your torso. You take 6 physical damage minus any armor you happen to be wearing in your torso.
I think the power armor is going to sort that one for me.
Okay. Yep, that's activated. And okay, yeah, that's definitely done some damage. Okay, so Augusta, you take a further 6 damage as the turret fires off again, and this time it lands on you, and it also lands on Jade, who also takes 6 physical damage.
Anywhere in particular?
Torso once again.
Okay.
It's a turret, so, it's firing on one level, so, And
While they calculate their damage, just a quick question. When do our companions have their turn? Is that after all of us, or?
Your companions can take their turn straight after your turn. So yeah, if you wanted to use General Isaacs, now would be a good time. Yeah.
Yes, I do. The general is shooting at the turret with a laser musket.
Oh yeah. Because you used a major action, she can't do that unless you spend an action point.
Well, that seems like a solid investment when there's a turret bearing down on us.
Yeah. Yeah. Good point. So you're using an action point?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
With 3 successes.
All right. So I'm guessing you're going to. Oh wow, yeah, you're going to turn all that into damage.
And how? Is that 2 extra damage dice then for the excess successes? Or is it 3?
General Isaacs can't see in the dark, so you will get 1. So it would have been, you needed 2 for her to hit, so you get 1 extra damage dice.
Okay, 1 extra. Seven damage with piercing 1.
So that becomes 6. Yeah, you can hear you hear that the laser shot lands and takes a chunk out of the turret. It is still going, it is still firing, but if you were up close, you would see that there is now springs and circuitry exposed. This is starting to look like a pretty fucked up turret.
All right, and then Isaacs follows Carl into the apartment.
Okay. So the next one is... Oh, yeah. It is the Floor Psycho's turn. So Floor Psycho just yells out, "Ha! Ah, I've been waiting for you. I've been waiting for this. Ah!" And bolts out the room and throws a Molotov cocktail into the apartment with Carl, Sniff, and General Isaacs.
Nice.
Yep, that incredibly hits the room. So, and get some extra damage dice. Okay. So that rolled an effect. So everybody in the room takes 3 energy damage and 3 fire damage. And the room is now on fire, as are all 3 of you. So until an appropriate point, you are suffering persistent damage. Which means... How many effects? Yep. So for the next 2 turns, all 3 of you will take 3 damage each because you are all on fire. So let me make a note of that.
Is that on any specific hit location or just in general?
This is a Molotov cocktail. It is basically exploded in flame all over the room. You are on fire.
Okay. So
That is very much an all over your body kind of a deal. So yeah, so for 3 turns, including this one. So 1, 2, 3. There we go. Yeah, so for the next 2 turns, you're all going to take 3 damage each, unless you find a way to put yourself out.
Okay.
The floor psycho then laughs and but then looks around and notices that there are like 6 people to his right. Just goes, "Oh shit." And then, Freddie, it's your turn. For this one, you need to get an additional success to hit anybody because you cannot see in the hallway that well.
I have a nice glowing fire lighting him up.
Oh, yeah, but the fire's in the apartment. The floor psycho did not set himself on fire, which would have been very useful for you if he had.
Did he shut the door, I guess, is the thing. Nice light coming out the doorway.
You know what? That's a good point. Actually, yeah, that's a good point. As your friends are on fire, they are lighting up the hallway 1. So, yeah, hallway 1, you do not suffer any penalties to hit. In hallway 2 and hallway 3, you still do. But in this hallway where floor psycho is, yeah, you're good. You're good to go.
Be the light you want to see in the world.
Why didn't it do damage? Oh, submit. No extra damage. I'm hearing myself in the background. Wow.
Okay, so you hit for 8 physical damage. There's also piercing 1, so that ignores some armor.
That should be... that is wrong. That should be... Why is it energy weapon? Why is it saying physical?
Oh, it's okay. I know that it's energy. So
Yeah,
I'm assuming you're going for the head because that seems to be your move, right?
Yeah, when he's this close, that just,
All right.
You said he was all naked, and I figured no hat, so...
He is wearing a gas mask, but that doesn't offer that much protection. Pardon me. Okay, so you shoot in the head. You shoot the psycho in the head. And massive burn mark appears, smoking a little bit. The floor psycho, however, just goes, "Ah!" Which is almost the only thing he's actually said so far has been made basically a scream. And so he doesn't really appear to have noticed, even though it has done significant damage.
I think we found Jim's cousin.
All right, Augusta, it's your go. Unless, Freddie, unless you want to move anywhere or...
At this point, no.
Or have Mikey do anything.
Yep, he was going to instruct Mikey to stay behind Augusta, use her as a shield.
All right, I'll just move Mikey J behind Augusta as a shield. All right.
He was going to move into the other hall, but at this point, he's not going to go facing the psycho right next to him. That's Augusta's job. She has power armor.
Yeah, but hardly any weapons.
You got fist.
Leaving that well alone. Yeah, I'm going to do a melee attack on floor fire cycle.
Okay, so you need to step forward into the same zone, and then do your unarmed attack.
Which I thought I had ready, but it's on a different page. Wait a sec. Have we boosted my unarmed strike to account for the power armor?
Let me have a look.
Just before I make a massive waste of time here.
It should have done that automatically. Let me just double check. Yeah, strength, unarmed. Yeah. So it should be boosted.
Cool. I'll do that.
Yeah, your target number is 11, and you were spindly before, so that's definitely taken it into account. You've hit. Roll for damage. Ooh, unlucky. That's a lot of blank dice.
Yeah, only 4. Sorry, I'm trying to remember to call them out for the sake of the audience.
Smart. Okay, so you run forward and you do a big old punch on his big old melon head, and you take a chunk out. You take off his ear, and he steps back like, what the fuck? At that point, Jade, it's your go. I think you're muted.
Of course.
Yeah. Of course I am.
Oh, Jade, you can only move one zone. If you want to move additional zones, that will cost you an action point.
Okay. Let's see, what's that? Yeah. Well, stay to this side at least. And Jade is going to whack him with his bat. And no. Yep. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Yeah. No.
Ooh, you did not hit.
No, I did not. Let me see if I have anything else there.
Go ahead and use an action point if we have a few, so use them or
Do
lose
we
them.
have any rerolls?
Yes, there's one reroll from the community.
One. Okay.
Thank you,
And
community.
and Carl used an action point for the general earlier, right?
Yes, you've got 5 action points and 1 reroll.
Yeah.
So you're going to use an action point or a reroll.
They only reroll 1 dice.
Yeah.
Any one of them, right? Well, I take an action point. Let's see what we can do here.
That is a hit.
That is a 2. Yep. So so that's 3, right? Let's see. Can we do that? Maybe.
Oh, damn. That is 5 damage. Which, even just in taking into account his various armors, he is dead. You land your baseball bat on his head and it explodes, covering everyone in the zone in brains. And yeah, he is... he becomes a corpse. Alright, so next it's Carl. Please make sure to take off 3 hit points because you are still on fire.
Yes. Is that in addition to the hit points from when the Molotov was thrown?
Yeah, this is your new turn, so and it's persistent damage, so you take 3 damage for this turn and the next turn.
Absolutely. Just wanted to make sure. There we go. I need to get a helmet. Let's see here.
You can attempt to put the fire out. That would take an action. But yeah, that's it.
The whole room is still on fire, yes?
Yes.
I'm going to be moving my fellows out of that room. And then we're going to put the fire out.
All right, you. Let me reveal that room for you. You have just made it into a good old-fashioned pre-war bedroom,
in which we have floor cycle number 2.
No.
Not. Okay, good.
This room appears to be empty, apart from a bed, a couple of bedside tables, and a wardrobe.
All right. What is the roll to put myself out?
That I hadn't worked out. So I'm just going to say, if you use a full action, you can put out you can basically put yourself out, sniff out, and generalize this out, and you are all no longer on fire.
I do that.
Cool. In apartment 45, that room you just left, that is now has a hazard where if you fail a endurance survival check, DC 1, you will be set on fire. So, yeah, keep that in mind.
That's not good, because there are no other way out from the bedroom, as far as I can see.
I would be more concerned with the whole building going up at this point, with the fire not out of control and nobody putting it out. So, yeah. I may have just rented us. Yep. We might have to go get Tumu and leave.
Okay, so that, I believe, is Carl's turn. Now it is...
Yeah, I'm done.
Another turn. Boo. Okay, and you. Nope. Oh yeah, that's definitely a hit.
Ouch.
Ooh.
And finally...
Should we be seeing this, Michelle?
Ouch.
Yeah.
Just checking.
Yeah, these ones you should be seeing, yeah. Okay, and... Oh, yeah, that's gone... That started to go wrong, but okay. Alright. So... You hear a bunch of gunshots of various shapes and sizes, and a lot of bullets pepper the sides of the elevator and the walls along the hall. But Jade, you get hit from your left for spread and vicious. Yeah, okay. Vicious has been taken into account. Spread. Let me just double check spread. Yeah. Okay. Jade, you are hit for 4 physical damage. And Augusta, you are hit for 2 before any armor takeaways and whatever.
You said 4 minus 2. That's 2. Yep.
And yeah. At this point, Mikey J gets hit for 4 as Augusta has stepped into the hallway, leaving him exposed for the turret at the end of the hall to riddle his torso with bullets.
It was up to him to stay behind me, not me to stand in front of him.
Oh yeah, this is entirely on Mikey J. Mikey J takes it. He's just like, I understand this is my fault.
Well, he can't move before Freddie does. So
You said 4, correct?
Yes. Before any armor or anything, but I don't think he has any. He's a weak little man.
I thought I threw him some Raider armor that we still had, so he wouldn't be, but I don't see it on his sheet, so I'll just take the 4 away.
And at that point, At that point, you see in the darkness 3 people emerge into the hallway. 2 other people who are wearing gas masks and are holding Molotov cocktails and screaming. And halfway down the hall, you see a man, a very tall man in a trench coat, also wearing a gas mask, but this man has a mohawk. And he just yells out, "This is for killing all of my family, Augusta. Remember me?"
Do I remember him?
At this point, it's very dark, and he's wearing a gas mask. And you have no idea who this person is. And that is Freddie's turn.
Freddie's gonna dodge and weave. Oh, here, I am unmuted. Okay. Freddie's gonna dodge and weave a little bit, and he's gonna get behind Jade. He's gonna tell Michael J to hide in the corner, get down, shoot if he gets a chance. But we'll handle that. And Freddie is going to attempt something he probably shouldn't. He has a frag grenade.
Oh shit, here we go.
And he's going to throw it right over here, he hopes. You're muted, Michelle, so...
I love it. I love being muted, and I love grenades. Let's do this. Throw your grenade.
I'm suddenly very happy I'm not in the corridor.
There it is.
So you are throwing it into the darkness. So you do need another success to hit that zone.
I'm stealing a reroll then. One of the actions.
You want me to be accurate with your fragmentation grenade.
He's not.
All right, let's see where it goes.
oh, no.
He's throwing it down the hall. He doesn't, it should go down.
Yeah, you know what? Because the rules are quite hazy about what happens when you miss with a grenade. I don't think it actually has a rule for what happens. So I'm going to
I mean,
say
it might go past him if he threw it too hard or something. But
that's
yeah,
what I'm thinking.
wouldn't
Yeah.
think it
So
would-
for this, you've thrown it, but you threw it a little too far, and it basically lands next to the turret as it goes off. So yeah, roll for damage. Okay. Yeah, so you blow up the turret. That turret explodes and goes offline.
and we see 2 silhouettes, so we know there are at least 2 more in the hall.
Yes. I will read up on that more to see if that was actually the way. I'm homebrewing it that way for now. But yeah, I don't think that... I've read through the rules maybe 7 different times at this point, and I don't think they actually say what happens if you miss with a grenade. And in an enclosed space like this, the explosion would do something. So yeah, that makes sense to me. But I'll look it up later and figure it out. But yeah, okay.
And sometimes fun overrules, and I thought that was fun.
That was a lot of fun.
I didn't die. I didn't die. It was fun.
Yeah, I mean, if you rolled like a 20, it would have absolutely gone off in your hand. Like that's what would have happened. So yeah, I think that worked out. Okay. So unless you want to do anything else, it's Augusta's turn.
Nope, I gave Michael J his orders to stay in the back behind everybody. Miss Nanny is not moving, so maybe stick with her, even though he's not her nanny. Yeah, whatever, you know what I mean. So, yep, we're good.
Yeah, Thea, Augusta isn't great when it comes to combat, but Miss Nanny can basically attack for you instead.
I'm considering that, but first of all, I've got another idea.
Okay.
I want to pick up Floor Psycho 2 bodily and throw him at Floor Boss.
Okay. All right. So let me think. How's this going to work? To do this,
it would be some sort of grappler.
Yeah.
Unarmed to Gab.
Yeah. Again, I don't think this game has rules for this, but it is too much fun to not let happen. So I'm going to work something out right now.
I think it's just use the unarmed to attack the grab. It would be about the same thing.
Yeah.
And then it strength to throw. Why not?
Yeah.
Or something like that.
I mean, this is absolutely something I would not attempt were it not for the power armor.
Okay, so do an unarmed attack, and if that is a hit, I will read that as you successfully picking up Floor Psycho. Yep, you have picked up Floor Psycho. Now to hit, you need to do a strength throwing roll, and you need, because it's dark, yeah, you're going to need 2 successes to hit the floor boss. If you don't get 2 successes, you still throw Floor Psycho, you just don't hit the floor boss. You just...
Now, my throwing is low, and I don't imagine it would be as low if it was power armor.
Yeah, power. I mean,
just going into my strength is fine. It's been upped by the power armor, but I don't think it's up to the throwing skill.
No, it wouldn't do, because it would give you more strength to throw. It wouldn't necessarily help with your dexterity and hand-to-eye coordination.
Just double checking it before I do the roll. That was 1 success.
Yep, you throw the Floor Psycho, and he lands, and he does take damage from that. He takes, I believe, yeah, because if it's falling damage, it would be 3. So he's going to take 3. He's going to take 3 combat dice worth of damage. So yeah. You throw him, he lands on the floor next to the boss and takes 3 damage. Just yelling out, "Oh, what the fuck?" Floor boss looks next to him and just kicks him and says, "Get up, you lazy fuck!" And yeah, you still have a minor action if you want to move Miss Nanny or do anything else.
I might bring this Miss Nanny to hallway 1.
Okay. All right. You can control Miss Nanny, can't you? You should be able to do that yourself.
Yep, I'm just telling you what I'm doing. Oh, no, it turns out I can't control Miss Nanny.
I set all of... This is one of the things I was
You
sorting
did,
out
it was
today.
working last week. It's a Roll20 problem, not a you problem.
I'm going to fix this right now. Right, where are you, Miss Nanny? There you are. Can be edited and controlled by Augusta in the journal for Augusta. Yeah, that. Let me just Oh, there it is. I know what's disconnected.
It
now.
wasn't connected to the token, I'm guessing.
No, it was. There was a disconnection. Little. It's under Augusta.
Another thing is,
there we go.
I found is you might have to drag the new token in, remove the old one, drag the new one in. Sometimes we'll change that.
All right. Try now. Try to move that Miss Nanny now. Boom. There we go. All right. That should all be good now.
She can hover above the corpse, that's fine.
All right. Jade, it's your go. The hallway, you are lit up. You are lit up in hallway 1 as of now. Hallway 2 is dark, so there will be one extra. You need an extra success to hit. So yeah, do your thing.
Didn't Floor Psycho 2 have a Molotov in his hand?
Yes, but he hadn't lit it yet.
Okay. Damn it.
Why? What are you
Did you-
thinking?
Did he drop it when he fell, when Augusta threw him?
Okay, I'll let you
Do a luck roll.
No, this won't be a luck roll, I don't think. This will be actually, yeah, no, do a luck roll.
I'm sorry, lucky that it happened. I'm sorry, I'm not the GM. I'll be quiet.
No, I think a luck roll works. A luck roll to make sure to see if he did drop yeah.
Yep.
Make it a luck explosives check.
I love to see it.
That's a success.
Yeah, you are lit up, so you needed the 1. So yes, there is a Molotov cocktail on the floor. If you wanted to pick it up, light it, and launch it, that would count as a action and a minor action. So you wouldn't be able to move or do anything else. Those are the things you would. This would basically be your whole turn if you did that.
Yep.
And all the alive baddies we know about are in one zone.
What is... So you want it as a throw, right?
Yeah, this would be a strength. A strength throw.
Yeah. Okay, just for the fun of it. Let's try it. But that would be... Because I don't have anything in throw, so it would just be strength. Let's see, that's 7. So I can roll 2d20 with a target of 7, right?
Your throw and your strength, is that what it adds up to?
I don't have anything in throw, so it's only the strength, and that's 7.
Yeah, that's how it would work, yeah.
Yeah. Come on. Uh, 13 and a 3, so 1 success.
That isn't enough. You throw the Molotov cocktail away. However, it sets hallway 2 on fire, but they manage to jump out the way. So basically, the left side of hallway 2, that part is on fire.
Yep.
And all 3 of them start laughing at you. They're like, stupid mute, you couldn't hit us with a fucking Molotov. Ha 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 ha. Ha ha ha.
But now there's light in that hallway, right?
Yes, you have lit up that hallway. So yes, there is no longer any difficulty in seeing the 3 floor weirdos. And so at that point, we are getting close to 9 o'clock. We could do another round of combat if people wanted to, or we can call it quits there. It's up to you. What do you want to do?
I can go on.
I say call it quits here.
Okay, that's a call it quits here. So, just to round things off, as the fire burns all around the hallway, there's a fire to your right in apartment 45. Who you presume to be the leader steps forward and rips off his gas mask and says, "You killed my family. You killed everyone I ever knew and left me for dead. But here I am. And I've come for you, Augusta. I've come for you." And you could see by his face, this is your old overseer's son, Jacob.
Oh, shit.
And with that, we'll call it quits there. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. Thank you to our players for playing. We will continue this fight next week. How's everyone doing for hit points out of interest? How fucked up is everyone?
I took I think the biggest hit earlier because I couldn't. Well, maybe not. A couple of us took it, but I didn't have armor, so I'm down to 13. So
I'm done. Oh.
Sorry, what was that? You kind of cut out a little bit.
I'm down to 9 hit points because I have no head protection, so my head took all the damage.
Oh, shit. Oh, yeah, you're not doing good. Okay.
I'm down to 12.
Oh, that's not so bad.
I'm not down a lot, but that's power armor, to be honest.
Yeah. Okay,
that
that's...
is.
So I think I got the difficulty about right. The length I didn't get right, but, not by that much. Like, there's not, hours of fight left. So, yeah, okay. I'm getting the hang of this fight thing now. Okay, good. All right, thank you for that. All right, everyone, thank you so much for watching our latest episode of Fallout. It never fucking changes. If anybody wants to plug anything, now's the time.
I have
anything-
to plug. So you go first.
Anything on? I was just going to say, was there anything this Tuesday? I can't remember which one it is.
Slay Industries.
Yeah, Slay on Tuesday at 2 p.m. in the afternoon for me, so I don't know what it is for the rest of the world.
8 p.m. UK, 9 p.m. CEST, I think.
And then the following weekend, I believe we're back for Call of Cthulhu on Saturday. And then the weekend after that should be Dragonbane premiere. So that's what's coming up here. So
Also, we have a new podcast, which I will put the link for in the chat, which is from one of our playthroughs of Cult, which wasn't on stream. So podcast is the only way to hear it. It may be below if you're watching on YouTube. I hope it is. We'll see to that. But yeah, we haven't tried doing a podcast before, so this has been an interesting little challenge. It's got some sound effects.
Bless you.
oh, thank you. You heard me all the way over there. Wow.
No, I just saw you.
Allergies. I have been miserable the last few days. Eyes watering, nose running.
No.
ears. For me, my ears, the inside of your ears itch when my allergies get really bad like this. I know it's just in my head, but hey. But
anything else to plug? I do have a raid ready if you want to do a raid.
Yeah.
nope, only thing I'm gonna remind Michelle that we have to do some rolls before the next session. So we got some scavenging stuff.
And I just got my Q Workshop dice advent calendar. It looks awesome. As always, it's my 4th year. So check out the Q Workshop and have a look at their dice calendar.
So yeah, watch all of our stuff. Go buy a calendar. Do all that stuff. And yeah, if there's a raid going up, I'll just end things on this end. So yeah, thanks for watching, everyone. See you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.
America's great stars salute the world's